It's 2 in the morning. Everyone is asleep. But downstairs, your front door deadbolt decides to click open. No one picked the lock, and no physical key was ever used. The intruder didn't target the lock itself. They accessed the network through the Wi-Fi connected thermometer sitting inside your fish tank. This map tracks the volume of connected hardware. By 2030, analysts expect 39 billion IoT devices to be online. 20% of those are projected to still be running factory default security settings. For centuries, a home was a static physical structure defined by its walls and locks. Now it functions as a collection of hyper-connected digital nodes, constantly broadcasting data. When we trade physical isolation for the convenience of automated appliances, we expand the attack surface of our living spaces. The vulnerability starts on the assembly line. Consumer IoT devices are engineered to be cheap and completely frictionless. To keep costs low, manufacturers strip out the memory and processing power required to run a robust, secure operating system. Then comes the lifecycle crisis. Because these gadgets are built on rushed timelines, manufacturers routinely abandon software support for older models to focus on the next product cycle. The data shows what happens when that support vanishes. Today, 60% of all smart home breaches are traced directly back to unpatched software sitting on forgotten hardware. To make matters worse, most homes operate on a flat network. That means every single device, from a $15 smart light bulb to your primary work laptop, is communicating on the exact same unsegmented tier. Because these gadgets lack internal memory, they rely on distant cloud servers to process information. In 2024, a caching error in the cloud infrastructure for Wise security cameras allowed strangers to watch the live, private video feeds of over 1,000 homes. Audio and metadata are also at risk. Voice assistants and ambient sensors introduce passive threats like voice squatting, where malicious apps mimic verbal commands to harvest information about your family's routine. You might be using encrypted standards like the Matter protocol. Yet even with that encryption, a patient attacker can analyze the size and timing of your network traffic to deduce exactly what devices you own and whether or not your house is empty. By prioritizing constant connectivity over internal processing power, these devices are structurally unable to defend themselves or the humans living with them. Let's track how this structural failure actually plays out. It begins with a remote threat actor running an automated script to scan the internet for exposed, vulnerable IP addresses. The script finds a target, a generic smart plug. The homeowner plugged it in months ago and never changed the factory-set password. The attacker enters admin1234 and establishes an immediate foothold. Next comes the process of lateral movement. Using the compromised plug as a pivot point, the attacker reaches inward, intercepting the unencrypted traffic bouncing across the rest of the home's Wi-Fi. Now they go after the infrastructure. The attacker silently hijacks the home's primary router, recruiting it into a global botnet, like the Mirai network, to help launch denial-of-service attacks against major websites. But the payload can easily turn physical. That same internal network access allows the hacker to send a localized command to unlock the front door. A single forgotten budget device gives an attacker a path to traverse your entire network, compromising every single thing, from your data integrity to your physical front door. The modern smart home is a glass house. Since you cannot rely on manufacturers to provide the armor, the burden of defense has shifted to the homeowner. The most immediate defense is credential management. Replace every factory default password with a strong, unique phrase, and enable multi-factor authentication on every app controlling your hardware. Next is network architecture. This standard flat network shows cheap smart appliances mingling in the same data stream as sensitive personal laptops. You fix this through network segmentation. Moving IoT devices to a dedicated guest Wi-Fi or VLAN isolates vulnerable gadgets from critical computers. Finally, you must manage your firmware. Proactively check your apps for security patches and install those updates before the manufacturer officially ends support for your device. Take a look around your living room. What is the one smart device you are suddenly second-guessing? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to the channel for more ways to secure the invisible systems running our world.